first time I meet my father, I'm 6. My mother tells me she's going to get money from him and asks if I want to come along. Yes, I say. I can't wait to have a dad. As we ride the elevator to his office, she says, "Don't expect anything from him. He isn't capable of being your father." I don't believe her. How could anyone not love me? When we get to his office, I'm nervous and shy. He treats me as if I'm some kind of kid off the street. I finally get up the nerve to ask, "Can I come visit you one day?" "No," he says nonchalantly. "My wife Ellen just had a baby. It's really crazy right now. Maybe another day." He hands my mom a check for $15 and says he needs to get back to work. I hold back the hot tears of disappointment, willing myself not to show him how rejected I feel. On the way back down, my mother tries to comfort me. "See, I told you, he's worthless." That same year, a friend's father motions me over to him and tells me to sit on his lap. Slowly, he moves his hands from my back to my front, reaching for parts of me only I should touch. The shame I feel for letting him, the powerlessness, I don't tell him, or I don't tell on him for fear of losing friends. The 7 channels on TV from 3:30 to 6 are my safe, happy place. How I wish my life could have the predictability of Mr. Rogers coming home every day and changing his shoes, the dependability of Alice the housekeeper on the Brady Bunch, getting dinner on the table, the consistency of Mrs. Partridge with her kids and their groovy band. I crave someone to look at me like Mike Brady looks at his kids, like they're his and he's theirs. I want to be picked, I want to be chosen, and I want to be safe. I want to be loved. Most of all, I want to belong. When I'm 15, I find my father again after years without contact. He takes me to lunch and gives me a gold necklace. That's a surprise. "Why aren't you in my life?" I ask. He doesn't have an answer, and he definitely doesn't look at me like Mr. Brady looks at Marcia. Later, I find out he doesn't believe I'm his, even though I look just like him. Fuck him, I think. At least I have a gold chain now. He'll have to beg if he wants to see me again. I wonder, am I skinny enough? Is my hair big enough? Are my Jordache jeans tight enough? I look for signs in every man. Do they give me that look? The look like I belong to them? I'm ashamed of how far I'll go and what I'll do to get that feeling. It's a void that's never filled. As an adult, I'm the mother of 3 beautiful children. I put myself through chiropractic school and opened my own practice. I survived breast cancer and extract myself from a 15-year abusive marriage. I don't see myself as a success. I'm in my late 40s, and all I see is a twice-divorced woman with 3 mouths to feed and debt to the roof. I'm a failure. When I don't get male attention, I smoke, I shop, obsess over Facebook. The pain of not enough is taking over. I can't sleep most nights, and it just gets worse over the years. I justify taking prescription sleeping pills, even though I'm an anti-drug holistic doctor. They don't fill the void, but at least they help me stop caring. I've just broken up with another man. He stopped looking at me like I belong to him. 1 pill becomes 2, 2 become 4. The loneliness is unbearable, and I stand over my top dresser drawer where I keep the pills. Contemplating my shame-filled life, one night I decide to take 6. I fall into bed, looking forward to the drugs kicking in and my body finally letting go. I drift away and find myself in my teenage bedroom. It's a lazy summer day. The windows are open and the curtains are moving in the breeze. The walls are covered with posters of Led Zeppelin and Van Halen. Madonna's playing on the boombox. Like a virgin, touched for the very first time. Chris is here, my first boyfriend. He plops into bed next to me and all the feelings of young love come rushing back. It's the first time I feel like I belong to anyone. He brushes the hair off my face and pulls back to look at me and smiles. I can't believe you're really here, I say. I've always been here, he says, and I always will be. This is it. The feeling, the one I spend my life chasing and never catching. Then I wake up and realize I'm alone again in my dark room. It was just a dream. I squeeze my eyes shut and will myself back to sleep, but it's no use. I start to cry quietly and then racking sobs for the little girl who spent her life searching for someone to claim her as their own. It seems like hours before I stop, but when I grow quiet, it comes to me that maybe the hole will never be filled. No person, no amount of education, no amounts of drugs, hairspray, makeup, or money is going to fill this hole. And in fact, maybe it's not a hole at all, but a space. A space inside of me that I can hold for myself. I wonder, could this space be a part of me? I make a pact with myself that instead of looking to fit in, I can live with it and maybe even expand this. This leads me on a life-changing journey to Italy by myself to celebrate my triumph over breast cancer. I stop waiting to be claimed by someone else and start to believe I'm enough. A year later, when Bruce Brammer backs his muted silver truck into his parking space and walks through the door of my practice, I feel like I know him. I feel warm all over. I realize I'm staring too long. Pull it together, I say to myself. He's a new patient. Your office is not your dating app. I extend my hand, all business. Hi, I'm Dr. Emily Bobson. Up close, his face is kind. He's authentic and trustworthy. He becomes a regular patient, and he brings flowers 3 times before my office manager, Sherry, convinces me he likes you. But I can't date him, I protest. He's too good for me. And besides, he's a patient. But I can't stop thinking about him. One night, I make up some reason to call him about his new orthotics. After an awkward conversation, he texts me, "Would you like to go to coffee sometime?" Smiley face emoji. Hands shaking, I type yes, I would. The only problem is, it's against my oath. I can't date patients. He writes back immediately, "Okay then, you're fired." That was 3 years ago. Bruce has 3 boys. By the way, with my 3, we make our own Brady Bunch. I'm picked. I'm chosen. I'm safe. I'm loved. But before I can find that in another person, I had to find it in myself. Thank you.